So we've got Dan here, and he's going to show us a jab, sometimes called a snap punch for our little soldiers. Would you hold out the jab for us, Dan? Brilliant. Now, it's important to note the knuckles that Dan's hitting with are the first two here. Oh, excuse me, just there to there, okay? So, if your hand is shaped like this way, you notice the bend from the knuckle down Dan's arm here. He could potentially hurt his wrist, he's losing power. It's not correct, okay? Just here, there. Straight line from these two knuckles. So I should be able to push down back. Perfect. Okay, hold your jab out again. Brilliant. He's got a deep knee bend there in the front leg to maximise his reach. He's twisted his shoulders. Dan, would you rewind and exaggerate the twist for us? Brilliant. Okay, so he's pulling his non-punching hand back, but it stays around his face, stays at his face there. For obvious reasons, it's a guard, and it's ready to punch itself, okay? That's a jab. We're going to go on to the reverse punch now. A very simple, basic punch, but it's important to get it correct. He's going to punch off his rear hand. Go ahead, Dan, and hold it out for us. So, very deep knee bend on his left again. His non-punching hand is now returned to his face. There we go. His elbow's down. That's perfect. He's up onto the ball of his foot of his back leg. To increase the reach, he's bending his back leg as well. Could you just straighten your back leg down for us? Brilliant. That's like putting the brakes on. It prevents his hip from being committed to the punch. Bend it again for us. We can notice his hip now has room to move in. Hand back. Fantastic. Would you just throw 3 jabs for me, Dan? Slow's fine, yeah. Good. And 3 reverse punches. Good. Okay, now we're looking at jab and reverse together. Sometimes we call it a 1-2. Give us a shot, Dan. 1-2. Very good, both to the head, that's great. Okay, now we've got something called thoracic twist now. So if you imagine Dan has a pole, just going into the centre of his head right there, and coming under his legs here, yep, and he can only rotate across that pole. Give some thoracic twist, there we go. If we're doing any leaning, we start losing strength and stability, okay? So in boxing, that's fine, of course. For obvious reasons, we have slips and dips. But for now, for jab reverse, we're going to stay in this position with the thoracic twist. Would you give us a couple of 1-2s, Dan? Brilliant. And they're not independent of each other. The rewind on his jab is the start of his reverse. If you just flow into both, Dan. So if you're going reverse then jab, we flow into both non-stop. There we go. So now the rewind on his reverse punch becomes the initiation of the start of his jab. Fantastic. And all times he's got one hand on his face or he's transitioning on his way to it. Brilliantly. Close stance. Thanks, Dan.